So, a lot of people have been asking me lately what it's like to live in Cebu City and the Philippines in general. So, I want to make a video about that today. Okay, so for one, there's a ton of traffic at all times, basically everywhere you go. You see people all the time going through these little cracks on the side. So there's two lanes, or there's one lane, and then on the right-hand side of the cars, they go past them, or they pass them on the left-hand side, try to get up into traffic more. You see that all the time here. It doesn't exactly look the safest, but trust me, it works. They even have a Burger King here, which is cool. It's like America, sort of.
Get to me in a dream, like a subconscious impulse. I can see it right in front of me.
Find your dream.
They even have shopping malls.
Come true.
Look, it's a white person.
Find your dreams come true.
So, Cebu City. I want to talk to you guys about that right now. Let's go. I've lived here for a total of 4 weeks, basically, and I've had a lot of fun. I'm really impressed with this city. There are a couple things I want to talk about though, okay? Number one, traffic. It's really bad here. Get a scooter if you're going to stay for an extended period of time. You can rent scooters, get an international driver's license if you haven't already. It's really not a good idea to try to ride the Grab cars or the Ubers or the taxis. It's quite hard to get anywhere in the city fast, okay? So if you're gonna stay for a long time, get a scooter. That's what I would say. Okay, so let's talk standard of living. When you get to certain parts of this city, like Ayala, like downtown Cebu City, it's actually very nice. It feels like America. It feels like any other big city that you could ever go to in the world, okay? But at the same time, while you're in these richer places, but you have sort of these back roads and streets where, there are small houses, there are dirt roads, there are people, cooking street food, and you can tell that they're not as rich as the people that live in the sky rises and things of that nature. So, you have that duality. You have that really rich part of Cebu City, and then you have that really poor part of Cebu City. And it seems like it's not like the poor are over here and the rich are over here. It seems like the rich are here, the poor are right here. They're right next to each other. And it's very crazy how you can see it so close by one another in the city. I've seen some pretty crazy stuff already. This is a typical Southeast Asian country. There are stray dogs. There are stray dogs in terrible condition. There are kids that are walking the street and they want money, and they want to eat. They're having trouble eating. Things like that. You see that here. And the other day, I was driving my scooter and I heard something hit the pavement pretty hard, and I realized that I was underneath an overpass. And I looked down and there was literally a baby kitten there. Someone had thrown the kitten off the overpass, it hit the ground, and it immediately started screaming. So that was a really tough thing to see. But then again, you see that here as you're driving around, okay? I have never really felt unsafe here. It just sucks to see some of the things that you see. But on another note, it's not like this whole entire city is just poverty stricken. No, it's very awesome. There's lots of construction happening, which is the next thing that I want to talk about. There's tons of construction happening in the city. There's lots of, on the plane ride here from Manila, there was lots of white people coming into Cebu City. So I think that this is really a hub for foreigners. I heard that there's a lot of customer service centers here, call centers for outside companies, and because of that, a lot of money is getting pumped into the economy. A lot of people are living well here. So as you can see, there's lots of sky rises and things like that. It's really awesome. and I think that the construction is only going to continue. I think Cebu City is only going to get more popular. There is an influx of people coming in and trying to live here, and you know, that is really, really cool to see, and there's a lot of growth happening. So I just realized that I missed out on a really big piece of information about Cebu City. When I came to Cebu, I knew that I wanted to go see some beautiful islands, some beautiful waterfalls, and some beautiful sort of, you know, adventures in nature. I knew that was around Cebu. What I did not know was Cebu City is about 4 to 5 hours away from most of the most amazing things in Cebu, like the Aslab whale shark watching. It takes about 4 hours to get there via bus, okay? So keep that in mind. Also, Bantayan Island, up in the north, that's about 5 hours, 6 hours away. Okay, it's barely doable by a day trip. Cebu City is actually a pretty good jumping off point, you know, to go and visit everything else. But keep in mind that it is a bit of a hike to get to Oslo, 4-hour bus ride. It is a bit of a hike to get to Sumilon Island and to Bohol and to Siquijor, all of these places, okay? But Cebu City, like, you can arrange all the transportation out of there, okay? So just keep that in mind as you're booking your stay in Cebu City and you're, you know, moving forward with everything. Okay, back to our regular scheduled programming. So if you want to have a more like authentic Philippine experience, all you have to do is get off the beaten path, okay? So like, I walked out of my Airbnb sort of like gated community and I walked around and I saw lots of sari-sari stores. I saw lots of like, you know, shops on the side of the street cooking food, cooking soups, things like that. And you can get food like dirt cheap here. You know, like you can get a meal like for about 100 pesos, which is like $2, sometimes less than $2, sometimes 75 pesos. And you know, you can eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you could have paid for everything with less than $6. It's true. So, you know, just walk around, try to mingle with these people. If you walk up to them, you see the sari-sari store, or you see like, you know, one of those like side of the street restaurants, like just walk up to them and say hi and say like, how much is that? How much is that? And you know, you're gonna get big smiles from people. You're gonna feel like you're talking and interacting with, you know, a different culture, and you're gonna find that a lot of these people might ask you like where you're from, and they might strike up a conversation with you, and you might make friends out of that. So like, don't be afraid to walk down the street, okay? It's pretty safe here. Don't be stupid, but you know, it's pretty safe here. People want to help, and for the most part, Filipinos have great hearts. So like, if you want to have a better experience or like a more like cultural experience rather than just like live in the sky rises in your Airbnbs and go to Starbucks, if you want to meet the people, just walk down the street and you'll see a lot of people cooking like their own meals and cooking their own food and, you know, selling it on the side of the street. It's awesome. Also, I'd really urge you guys to get up into the mountains. Go to top of Cebu, you know, like all the way up there. It's a really cool view of the city, but then you'll also see a lot of locals living like locals, you know, like eating their own food, making their own food, sari-sari stores, all that sort of thing. Okay, so lightning round. I just want to talk about 3 more things. Wi-Fi. For uploading videos, it's really not that great here. In general, I've gone to Starbucks, I've gone to other places. I mean, then again, the Wi-Fi at Starbucks is never really good for uploading video, but if you just want regular surfing and if you want like a good SIM card and you want data, like you'll get that just perfectly fine. A lot of times when I'm uploading a video, I just hook up to my SIM card and I upload it that way, and it's like it doesn't take that long at all. But as far as like Wi-Fi for just general surfing and maybe watching videos, you won't have a problem. Number 2, weather. Weather is super hot here all the time, 80 to 90 degrees. That's just how it is. That's how it's going to be until, you know, the end of time. So, you know, get used to that, and hopefully it's not really a problem for you. Okay, number 3, English. English, everyone speaks English here. It's super easy to have conversations with people. That's why I say like, get out of your comfort zone, go talk to the locals. They will understand you. And if they don't like understand every single word, they'll at least be able to generalize and understand what you're trying to say. So people speak great English here. You know, there's lots of American things here as well, like Dunkin' Donuts. I showed you McDonald's, Converse. There's a Starbucks right there. Lots of American things to do. So and things that are known throughout the world. So you know, as far as that goes, you're going to be taken care of. So all in all, Cebu City can feel extremely comfortable for a foreigner, but it can also feel a little shell-shocking especially after you see the dogs and you see, you know, some of the poverty, and you see the kids asking for money and things like that. I mean, that sort of stuff just like breaks your heart. But then again, that's just part of everyday life here in Cebu City. So that's what it's like to live here. You ride around in scooters, you know, you eat food on the side of the road, you meet a lot of great people, you get a lot of stares if you're a foreigner. The standard of living is a little bit lower. The Airbnb that I'm staying at is not perfect, but then again, you know, nothing really is anyway. So that's what it's like living in Cebu City. I hope anybody that's watching this decides to come here, and I hope that my review of the place was beneficial for everybody, okay? All right, time out. Time to go get Starbucks. Bye-bye.